Hi, I'm Erin Clarke from weeknight.com, and today we are going to make one of the most popular recipes on my blog, as well as one of my personal favorites. This is my harvest chicken skillet. It starts out by putting some olive oil in a pan, and then once that gets nice and hot, we're going to add 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breasts that are cut into bite-sized pieces. We're going to cook this until the chicken is brown on the outside and cooks all the way through. It'll take about 5 minutes over medium-high heat. I'm going to move over and prep some of the other ingredients for this recipe, starting with Brussels sprouts. Now, if you have any Brussels sprout skeptics in your family, this recipe is going to convince them. And these, I'm just cutting into quarters, which is plenty small. If you have teeny tiny Brussels sprouts, you can get away with just cutting them in half. You want all of your vegetables to be about the same size so that they cook evenly. Now I'm going to add another one of those great fall ingredients. This is a Granny Smith apple. You can leave the peels on if you want, but I find that this dish goes over a little better, especially if you have picky eaters, if you take the peels off. I'm just gonna cut it into a rough dice. All right, so our chicken is cooked. It is a little golden on the outside and no longer pink in the center. So now I'm just going to transfer it to a paper towel lined plate and set it aside for the time being. We are moving on to one of my favorite ingredients, bacon. And bacon you want to cook over a lower heat so that the fat renders. That means that the bacon gets nice and crispy but doesn't burn. All right, check this out. All of the fat has cooked out of our bacon and it's nice and brown and crispy. So what I'm going to do now is transfer it to a paper towel lined plate. I'm just gonna put it right on top of the chicken here. Now at this point, you're gonna wanna assess the amount of fat that is in your pan. I have quite a bit in here. I don't need that much, so I'm gonna take a second and drain it out of the pan. You wanna leave a little bit though, because that is what we're gonna cook the vegetables in. Now we are going to add our onions, sweet potatoes, and Brussels sprouts. Let's hit it with some salt and pepper. That'll make sure that this recipe has a lot of great flavor. All right, so our veggies are nice and tender and they're already smelling wonderful. So I'm gonna add the rest of our ingredients. We have garlic, our Granny Smith apple, thyme, and then cinnamon. This is one of my favorite kind of secret ingredients. Normally you see cinnamon in desserts, but it's really great in savory recipes too, and it's so nice with the sweet potatoes and apple. I'm gonna add a little bit of chicken stock, and then we're gonna let this cook until the apples are tender too. All right, my apples are starting to get tender and the chicken stock has cooked off, so now I am going to add the goodies that I set aside earlier. We're gonna start with the chicken, and now I'm going to add just a little bit more chicken stock. All right, now my chicken is warmed through, so we just have that crowning jewel, our perfectly crispy bacon. I'm gonna sprinkle that all over the top. It smells so wonderful. I'm getting the cinnamon, the thyme, a little bit of sweetness from the apples and the sweet potato. All right, and there you have it, this one pan, all-in-one fabulous meal, harvest chicken skillet. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm Erin from weeknight.com, and I look forward to seeing you back here next time.